Okay, it says we're officially live. Um,
Hi.
we're going to have to see if that is actually the case. So, as everybody slowly starts coming into the room here for the feed, make sure you drop by our comment section. Let us know that you can hear us loud and clear and who's actually on here. Drop some comments in there. We want to make sure that we get enough people in the live portion here until we get into the meat and bones of what we're here today for. So, uh, obviously, Kerry and I are sitting here. We're actually at our house,
It's
and
gorgeous outside
it's
today.
so nice outside that we decided, you know what, we're going to actually do the feed outside. So we're actually outside underneath one of our sun decks here, and it is absolutely gorgeous in central Pennsylvania. A much needed break from the humidity, the superheat, and/or the downpour rains. It doesn't seem like this summer has gave us too many days where we can essentially just have a break in the weather and have a little bit of nice sun and fun and not feel like you
Yeah.
need a midday shower right away. So it seems like people are starting to come in quickly. It's like Travis Sparks has come in, Todd Benner's come in
Drop your
again.
comments. Say
Drop your
hello.
comments, say hello. Dom Attila is coming into the chat room. This is obviously something in the making that we've been wanting to do for a long period of time, and we're going to share some content today. I promise you, we will not keep you on here for a very long, extended period of time today, but we want to make sure that we go over a little bit of content here to get this started. So it looks like the Volgamats are in. Dave Emmerich stopping by to say hello. Chris Wilson.
Hello, Alyssa. Good luck this afternoon.
Yeah, Ryan Graham's actually stopping in. Our friends from over at Dutch Lanes. I think they bowled the Dutchman last night, so hopefully that went pretty well. Looks like Perry Lyons dropping in. A lot of people starting to come in. Um, but hopefully, we know that there is a big youth tournament going on this weekend in Delaware. So if you are bowling that event, we're sending our well wishes your way. Make good shots, run down your spares, and you'll have a good day with it. But we got about a little more than 20 people that are already coming into the chat room here. Um, and we're going to get right into this here. And one of the things as we go through this, we want everybody to understand is we're not going to spend all day with a bunch of bullet points or anything like that. But this is definitely going to be something where you're going to get a lot of content from Kerry and myself. But I guess we just kind of jump right into it. So I'm going to throw a
Yeah.
slide up here and what it's going to go into. And this first thing is, and we're going to give you a little backstory is, um, you're going to actually see what we are going to refer to now is we are actually launching a umbrella brand, which is powered by Pure Bowling. That's not going to change anything.
Your bowling's not going anywhere. Not going
Um,
anywhere.
but our umbrella brand is essentially going to be referred to as Smith Squared, as you can see up there. And there is a backstory to this and where this comes in, and we'll kind of explain what Smith Squared is going to do and where it's going to kind of go. But fun fact for us is that Carrie and myself have been together 12 years. And most just assume that we are legally married. We are not. It's just a choice that we've made over the years. And she has her sunglasses on, so maybe she rolled her eyes under there. I'm not sure. But we always joked around and said that, if we ever, why would we go down that route and get married? What are we going to do? Are we going to hyphenate it? Are we going to square it? Like, what would that be? So we're like, all right, well, we really want to focus in on a brand that the two of us can essentially own together, which is going to oversee a whole lot of topics within the bowling community. And what better way than to just take the learnings and the teachings from both of the Smiths here and put it into something that can be relatable and tied in and supported across the board. So, what Smith Squared is really going to come down to is it is going to do a lot around our coaching. It is going to do a lot around the development of not just all bowlers, but a big emphasis on the youth movement, which we know is the probably the biggest area that we as a bowling community need to focus our efforts, as these are the kids that will turn into young adults
For the
and
future of
be
the
the
sport.
bowler for the future of the sport.
Yeah.
Correct. We also want to make sure that we're tying in the bigger aspect, which is the mental part of the game that comes along with it. the physical side of it for taking care of ourselves. And then finally, we are definitely going to be running a lot of tournaments. And the reason being is that we want to open up opportunities across the board. And our main emphasis, and Kerry will attest to this, is we really want to do a lot for the youth. Um, Kerry, can you step aside and go get my battery charger? This is whacking my battery real quick. So hopefully I didn't lose anybody there. It is inside, right inside the door in the kitchen. So essentially, from the Smith Squared, one of the things that we really wanted to emphasize to everybody is Carrie and ourselves, unfortunately, from the coaching perspective, had to make a very difficult decision last year, which was stepping away from teaching at the collegiate level, which we absolutely loved, and we had to do so because we, just like other individuals in the sport, have family that needed attended to, and it's very hard for us to go away for extended periods of time and um, support this. Just plug it in a while, please. Okay. Sorry, we're trying to plug this in as we're going on here. I apologize. We had to step away, and but we didn't want to lose focus on what we're trying to do, which is enhance the overall feel of what bowling should be. She's literally pulling. You got to plug it in the back, please. I don't really need to see it. It's kind of embarrassing. I never get hung up on my words as we're doing a live stream, but we had to step away from the collegiate coaching experience because we really could not dedicate enough of our time to essentially do things 100% our way, which was not fair to the athletes, not fair to ourselves, not fair to our families, and along those lines. But didn't want to lose that grasp of how much we really do want to give back to the bowling community. So I think the biggest thing for me when we go into something like this is even over the past few days, you have definitely seen there is a lot of negativity in our sport right now. There's a lot of things going on and uprooting individuals when it comes to banning urethane and saying rev rates killing the game and you name it. There's just so many negative comments that are out, and we want to nip that and actually attack this in a way which puts up positivity to the sport, embraces things in the right way, makes everybody understand at every level that you have a place, no matter if you throw it over your head, under your legs,
With
behind your back,
hands,
two hands, left-handed, it doesn't
right-handed,
matter.
one-handed,
We
between
are
your legs.
going to essentially support it in a way that is going to be something completely different than what you may have seen in the past. So as we go through and you're going through the Smith Squared, I want everybody to understand from the youth perspective, there's going to be a lot of offerings that are going to be out there for youth, which includes not just for league bowlers, but we are really going to try and work with the local high schools, collegiate programs, any type of boosters that are out there that want to essentially bring in their teams to approach the game in a different manner with the support of two individuals we feel can take everyone to a level and unlock their true potential. So we will guarantee that we are going to gear some packages around that. Here's what we're not going to do. We are not in this to try to make a lot of monetary gains for ourselves. That does not mean we're going to come in there and charge X amount to do kind of seminars and things along those lines. What we are going to do is we're going to offer unique packages where we can get people in not only on lane, but in classroom, trying to do things where we have 1 or 2 days a month where we're doing learning opportunities, opening it up to individuals of all ages that can come in and learn in a different way from individuals that have done it not only themselves as youth players and as adult players, but have done it all the way up to the top level in the game. Kerry being one of the PWBA stars that are out there today. And I do call her a star. Somebody say, she didn't win at the national level. It doesn't matter. It's amazing the career she's had. And if you follow along, I've had the unique opportunity to obviously coach at the highest level. And it's time to give back even more now than I ever did in the past. So we are definitely looking forward to that aspect of it. I know I'm going to talk a lot here. That's kind of normal. And Carrie is sitting along. I guarantee you she's a big portion of this. The other thing that we are definitely going to do and target the youth up front is there is going to be some major offerings when it comes to the pure bowling side of the brand, which is going to allow families families with kids, maybe they're underprivileged, maybe it's just overwhelming with the cost and association of equipment and drilling and things along those lines. We are going to be launching the most aggressive pricing structure that probably anybody has ever offered um, over the course of time. And this is going to be available to help get more kids interested in our sport, support the ones that are currently in it, and get you into something where you don't feel like you can't compete because you don't have either the equipment, the backing, along those lines. So that competitive difference is going to be there. Kerry, I know I'm talking a lot, but I mean, I think there's probably some points that maybe you like to bring to the table from the the coaching perspective of it and kind of where it comes from your heart as well. So I will shut my yap here for a minute and let Kerry get a couple words in here.
Yeah. This is something that I've talked with Jeff in detail with for months, if not years now. Just really giving back to the sport. I was fortunate enough as I was growing up that I had great coaches that I worked with that wanted me to succeed on the lanes, and I learned from every one of those all the way up till when Jeff and I met 12 and a half years ago. Um, and I still learn from him. So I'm at the point in my career where I still want to compete, but I have a passion for giving back to the sport. And, I already give some lessons. That's great, but I want to do more. So Jeff and I talked about it, and I feel like this is the way that we can do more for the sport, get more people involved. Because honestly, this is a sport. Bowling is a sport that everybody can do. We all are trying to achieve one goal, and that is to knock down 10 pins. But you know what? We all do it in our different ways. I don't throw the ball like Jeff. Jeff doesn't throw the ball like
Thank
me.
God.
um, but we all do it in our different ways, and our bodies only allow us to do it in certain ways. Some people throw it with two hands. Some people are left-handed. Some people are right-handed. Some people throw it with one hand, left, right. And that's just how bowling is evolving at this point. So I think it's just a really great opportunity for both of us to be able to give back to the sport. Like Jeff touched on earlier, we loved coaching at the collegiate level, but unfortunately, it's just not in the cards at this point. So I think this is the next step for us, and I'm super excited.
Right. And I mean, on top of that, as we promised, we weren't going to make the feed super long today, but we do have to start off this Smith Square campaign.
I'm so excited for this.
One of the things, and I know why Carrie is the most excited. And um, as I said, we're going to definitely run some tournaments and some series and some things across the board. And again, I don't want to lose emphasis and say it's only youth, but you know what? That's where we are going to start. And the one item, yeah, Carrie can introduce, but just let me get this out. I mean, the one item which we feel is the most important. I think we get energized and we hear a lot about, junior gold and things along those lines. Is the lack of events sometimes on maybe this side of the state in Pennsylvania or towards the border here. So, Carrie, I can put it up, but you can kind of, if you want to get over what the first item and offering is going to be.
I'm going to give you a little backstory before he puts it up here. I'm not saying these are the only kind of tournaments we're going to be running, but in the last about 6 to 12 months, I've been hearing a lot of things of how younger girls don't have many things to bowl in this area. So, with that, Jeff and I talked, and as our first tournament that we're going to be running, we're going to be doing a girls only junior qualifier on Sunday, September 7th at Palmyra Bowling Center. I am super excited for this because one, this is a girls only tournament. The girls have been asking for this. So, yeah.
I think the big portion of that is when we hear about junior gold qualifying, a lot of times the young ladies that are out there that want to compete and want to qualify for junior gold, unfortunately don't have, dedicated areas where they can qualify against just girls. So one of the things we wanted to do is get out way in front of this before it gets into the heart of tournament season and give the girls a leg up in the competition to compete against one another up front. So the reason it is girls only this time is to try and get as many qualified as we can. We definitely will run open division ones in the future. We will definitely run some adult tournaments. If you haven't seen, there is changes to junior gold going into 2026, namely for the divisions. Your four age divisions going forward, and it has changed on their date of birth now, is now the U12, U14, U16, and U18 divisions. We are going to keep the entry fees as low as we can. Kerry did mention we are going to host the first one at Palmyra Bowling Center. So I do want to thank Darren Armel and Amy Iserman, who have graciously gave us a lineage rate up there on Sunday, which is going to allow us to keep the tournament entry fees down and low, so we can use as much of the money as possible to advance as many advancers as we can. Obviously, to keep that money down, that means we are going to be raising funds for each and every tournament that we offer, whether it be through the generous donations of our sponsors, which are going to be Hammer, Turbo, Coolwick, and many more to join going after that. All the proceeds we raise from any of these are going to go into the slush fund for these events to help advance as many as we can. We are going to not only just for this tournament, but anything that we run in the future. I have always been a big proponent of being 100% totally transparent when I run events. I will tell you that I do not believe on hiding patterns. I want people to be as prepared as they can be. Um, so this tournament is going to just be 5 games for the youth girls. It's total pinfall. It is going to be on tournament pattern is going to be tungsten. At Palmyra Bowling, they have an Atlas lane walker with Cubica panels, and they use terrain oil there. So you can actually, if you want to find that graph, you want to practice all you want ahead of time, go for it, because the only way to be transparent is by not hiding things. Because I'm being honest, somebody usually always knows. We want to take that anomaly out of it. I want you to have your best bet if you're traveling in with the correct bowling balls and get a chance to bowl and practice before you come if you can. If you don't have a facility that's willing to put it down for you, give us a call. You can come into Pure Bowling. I'll throw it down. You can throw it there. As you will see on the entry forms, a couple things just to notate. The ratios for what we will advance, U12, it'll be a 1 and 4. When you go to U14, it's going to be 1 and 6. And then as U16 and U18 will be a 1 and 7 ratio. Obviously, if we get enough individuals and go over, the next person in the line after the first advancer would have the option to pay the difference if we can advance more than one player. And again, we will use as many of the funds as we can that we raise in order to advance as many of you as possible. The caveat is on the front page, I want to remind you again, the best way to make sure we get great attendance is by having a prepaid event. This will allow us to have you prepay online, which on the top page, if I go back to it, there is on the entry form, there's a QR code right on there. Just follow along that QR code. It'll take you right to the entry form, which will go live today at 1:30 p.m. You'll be able to enter right on there. We'll be able to tell you up to the date times of how many we have per division. We are going to do our best to have a 12, 14, 16, and 18 all separated. But as always, if we have to, we will combine divisions if necessary. But again, the sooner we get these signed up and not just try to go down to walk-ins, the better the success of the event is going to be, and the more girls that we can actually pass on. Right. And we are also just, on top of it, we are going to be partnering with our great friend Travis Sparks as well. Travis and myself have been running youth events together now for a couple years. I feel like we are basically peanut butter and jelly. Carrie's going to come along for the crust, I guess. So, Travis and I, you'll see some combined efforts between Smith Squared and his juniorbowling.com product, where we are working together to offer you as many tournaments as we can. We do want everybody to understand we are going 100% through Smart. We are going to use USB-C to handle the funds. There is going to be nothing on the background where we're doing it on our own. We want to keep it as simplistic as possible, have your funds available as simplistic as possible for drawing on those, and just give you a product that is going to make the most sense. That is the biggest caveat of what we're doing. So for anybody that has been on here, all I would ask is, we've had a lot of people come through for the live session here. Share it away with parents, other kids, and just note that we will have a ton of additional information that is going to come out with how the Smith Squared product is going to work when it comes to open clinics, classroom settings, items for high schools, items for collegiate, anything that we can do from the mindset side of it, what it's going to look like on the pro shop side of the business to accommodate the big influx of the youth movement. But we want to be your one-stop shop, the one place you can come to get any source of information from who I feel are two individuals that have the best intention in their minds and in their hearts to give back to the community of bowling. We want to promote positivity. We want to promote working closely together. We want to be good business partners to not only other tournament series, other pro shops, other coaches. We want to aid and not work against others. So we ask from Kerry and myself is that you help us promote our brand, and we will help promote it to no end where it comes to giving back to the bowling community and doing things in a manner. If you are a proprietor, okay, Palmyra is the first one that stepped up here and wanted to get involved. If you are a proprietor and you want to bring some of this to your center, by all means, please reach out to us. We will reach out to other centers as well. Um, and we want to do what's best for your youth and your youth program and for your adults. So let's hit the ground running. Once 130 rolls around, you will be able to enter this tournament. Let's start getting the entries coming in. If you have any questions pertaining to that, you will see it on the flyer. You can reach out to me directly. My phone number is right on there. Text, call. You can email me through the shop, which is also on the back of the flyer as well. If you have any questions when it comes to lessons or anything, whether you send a message to the Pirate page or to Kerry directly or myself, we will get back to you in a timely manner. So hopefully everybody enjoyed what I said was going to be short. I was trying for 15 minutes. I'm at 22. So I think that is where we're going to cut it off. I mean, Kerry, if you have any parting thoughts or comments that you want to make, and then we will open it up real quickly for maybe any comments that you guys have on here, and then we'll let you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.
Yeah, like I said, I'm super excited for this tournament and, the ones that we're going to run in the future. Like Jeff said, we're not just going to be doing girls only tournaments, but I felt this was very special to me because the girls have been asking for, like I said, almost a year now. So um, hopefully we can get as many girls as possible. I think it'd be great, especially to try to qualify for junior gold super early in the season. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this journey that we're gonna go on. And you know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I actually she got another one in here, and I actually forgot to actually mention it, and it kind of she said Junior Golden for whatever reason it popped in my head. Also, with the Smith Square product here, we talked a lot about the youth. The other thing for the youth that we are 100% opening up for the very near future here is the continuation of our ambassador program through Smith Squared and Pureit Bowling, which is a huge, huge opportunity for youth players who desire to basically, try to get to the level they need to be at to compete at Junior Gold, to prepare themselves for college, to prepare themselves for, possibly going pro one day. It is a program that is designed, I don't want to just call it for advanced players, but it is essentially what is going to be the pinnacle of how you get to the next step. And what comes with that is some very, very dedicated coaching at a different level. And we are, Kerry and myself have already talked about, we want to make ourselves available. Obviously, we're always out in the Junior Gold area to run the DV8 shootout with Travis. Our ambassadors, hopefully, that get qualified for Junior Gold, or ones that may qualify here through our tournaments, we look forward to actually spending the week at Junior Gold, going around to the centers and helping out as much as we can, because we will have that opportunity now to essentially help everybody and not, just up to a certain age. So that is a fun part of it. There are questions that are coming in, so I'm going to get them real quick. And Kevin Rethrox, asked, will a PDF copy of the flyer be available if I wanted to share to some local centers that are local? Yes, Kevin. When I launch it, it'll be first and back page are available, which will keep it nice and tight there. And like I said, the online entry form is there by scanning a QR code, because that is really the easiest way to get somebody to enter something and make it simplistic. It's to that day and age, and we're excited for it. Some other comments coming in. Chris, glad you were able to stop by. Donna Herb, we miss you, love you. Travis jumped in here. He's just thankful, any chance that he can help out with us, and obviously in back. And there will be more events and plans throughout the year. And what Travis is saying leading up to Minnesota, not just the Smith Squared side of it, but Travis and his series, we will be intertwined with that, as will Travis be intertwined with ours. I mean, Travis is planning to actually be there on September 7th, if possible, just to support the youth movement here and get things going in the right way. We couldn't be more excited. So any more questions out there before we wrap it up here? Fire them away.
One thing I think you'll see, and Jeff was talking.
Steve, it's water.
Jeff was talking about the ambassador program. There'll be more information in the coming weeks about that on the Pureit page, I believe, correct? About how they can apply for that, right? We'll have that coming. And then for the tournament, we're putting it out there, but, for it to be successful, share. We'll set up a Facebook group so you can share that on social media. We'll get if you want, like Kevin said, if you want flyers for local centers, if you know any, girl that fits in these age categories that might be looking to qualify for Junior Gold, share. You don't just have to live in this area. You can live anywhere. So, but the big thing is pre-entry is huge. So yeah.
Yep. And Tom Zagoras, and I recognize the name when he put up the YSU. This is an awesome one to share. Tom is an alumnus at YSU, which is Youngstown State University. And I remember Tom coming in and talking to me at a Youngstown State ball he brought in and was explaining to me, they actually specifically fund a scholarship for women's bowling there. And, through Doug Kay, and you can see the run that they made, and just another wonderful opportunity and another person that is doing something to give back to where they essentially, put in their education and giving back to the sport we all love so much. So it's awesome. Amy, thanks for checking in. I think, is Jordan bowling today too? I know Ariel's bowling the team tournament.
No,
I'm not
I
sure.
don't think Jordan's bowling.
But Amy, good to hear from you. Tom, thanks. Mallory,
Happy early birthday, Mal.
Mallory, am I allowed to tell people how old you're going to be on Monday? It sounds like 40. Wait, did I say 40 out loud? 40. Yeah. 40 years old.
She's joining the 40 club.
She is joining the 40 club. So, all right. I think that is just about it. Again, 1:30 p.m. Look for it. I will make it live. Get your entries in right away. Let's get these age divisions filled up. Share away. Get the information out to the parents, to the youth, to your local centers. Girls only, Junior Gold qualifier, Sunday, September 7th, Palmyra Bowling, which is at 1218 East Main Street in Palmyra, 17078.
Let's get these girls qualified.
This is going to be the first one as Smith Squared, signing out for the day. Thanks for joining us today. We enjoyed the time. We are really looking forward to doing a lot more content and continuing to do our part to give back to the sport. You support us. We support you. Let's make bowling great again. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.